Did you ever hide something or do something you weren't supposed to do as a kid just to fit in? I can remember for me, it goes back to when I was about 10 years old, and I wanted to fit in and fit in with all the cool kids in the neighborhood, so I started smoking. I was hiding it from my family as much as I could, but in my quest to find friends and acceptance, what I got was more than I bargained for: addiction. So let's fast forward to 13. I'm wrestling much with being a skinny kid. I'm not as popular as the others, and I always just get so frustrated. So I run up to my bedroom. Yeah, I'm crying and I'm angry. Everyone always says I'm such a dreamer, so I don't have any problem with thinking of ways that I could do this. I'm going to end it all. Here's what I'm going to do. Get a plastic bag, wrap it over my head, take some tape, wrap it around and around and around, and just suffocate myself and die. The problem is, I can't handle it. The feeling is horrible. I feel so much fear and the pain, and man, that's it. I just ripped this bag off of my head so I could finally breathe again. How about you? Have you ever had that feeling? A feeling like you just couldn't breathe? It's like life itself is suffocating the very life out of you. You're not sure who you are, what you are, whose you are, not even sure if it even matters anyway. I mean, what's the purpose, right? Fast forward about 5 more years, and I'm 18 years old in the United States Army at my first duty station. It seems like things just got worse. Many of my military friends getting busted, drugs, alcohol, thrown in jail. I could be the next guy. It almost feels like this bag is over my head again. But then something really strange happened. I was put on guard duty with a guy who was a former drug user, alone, in the desert, for a week. He shared things with me that I'd never heard before. Things about faith and life and words like breakthrough and freedom. On one clear moonlit night, everything in my life changed forever, and I ended up giving my life to Jesus Christ. Now, as for the drugs and alcohol, I learned another new word: delivered. The one thing that I was running from and searching for ever since I was a little kid. I got it. Acceptance. Let's be real, acceptance feels good, doesn't it? That's why it's so easy to go down a wrong road like I did. It's not that when people like me choose to do bad things, we don't know they're bad. I mean, come on. The reality is it's the acceptance that feels good, no matter if it's bad or good. Just want it. This time the acceptance was different. Not only did God accept me, but He brought me an incredible woman from North Carolina. An awesome gal. Been with her for 30 years. And soon she'll learn to accept me one day too. Little did Robin and I know or expect, but in 2011 we faced one of our toughest years ever. It's when I heard the words I thought I'd never hear from somebody before. Mr. Crump, you have cancer. Cancer? How's that? I had melanoma cancer. After a couple of surgeries and within a year or so, they said I was all clear. And we were stoked, to say the least. And moments like that made me think of things. Things like faith, legacy, identity, and purpose. 2015, I'm on stage Sunday morning at church, getting ready to go on stage, and all of a sudden, I'm coughing up blood. That's not normal, so I visited a friend at a local urgent care, and he said something to me that actually blew our minds. He said, "Matt, I think you need to call Duke." Duke? Yeah. Stage 4 cancer. The tumors, they started in my kidney area, moved up to my adrenal gland, eventually my lungs, and within a short period of time, I was being rushed to Duke in an ambulance for an emergency brain surgery, brain tumor. And for the record, I did ask for an upgrade, but evidently they're just in the removal business. Faith, legacy, identity, and purpose. I call it the flip. If confidence and clarity are found in these 4 areas of your life, it's easy to be a person like me and still have hope that God's got this. Now, faith's a big word about you, your abilities, and your God. Now, legacy, it isn't something many of us think of unless something bad happens or you're old, right? Do you know what your legacy is? Identity, it's not about what you do. It's not your job. It's a clarity of who you are. It's knowing I've been accepted as I am, which leads to purpose. And when I had a bag on my head, when I was living in a drug and alcohol world, I had no purpose. I just existed. We're all here for so much more than that. And I'm super excited that with God, I've been able to flip the script on life many times and will again. How about you? Are you ready to flip the script and live in clarity, in faith, legacy, identity, and purpose? It's time. Let's do this. Let's do the flip.